Somebody said they want to see Idris Elba fighting the lion. There you go. Boom. You got it. All right. Welcome back. Just got back from the movie theater checking out Beast, the movie starring Idris Elba, beating the fuck out of some lions. Dope, dope, dope movie. Really enjoyed it. So, what is Beast? What is Beast? Let's talk about it. Recently widowed Dr. Nate Daniels and his two teenage daughters traveled to South African Game Reserve managed by Martin Battles, an old family friend and wildlife biologist. However, what begins as a journey of healing soon turns into a fearsome fight for survival when a lion, a survivor of bloodthirsty poachers, begins stalking them. Now, we all knew that that was the premise of the movie, at least most of that, his family goes and they're getting stalked by a lion. However, I didn't know about the part about the bloodthirsty poachers, right? I didn't know that part. So it gave the lion a reason to be attacking, these people to defend this territory. Um, so I wasn't necessarily sure why is this lion doing the things that it's doing. Um, I wasn't sure what exactly was going to be the reason or the explanation for that, but it's a very simple explanation and a very simple um, reason that makes a ton of sense, right? This lion literally thinks that all humans are bad. I don't care who you are. I want the smoke, and I'm coming for your throat, right? Bars that rhymed. Wasn't even trying. Damn, I did it again. Shit. Um, so I really like this movie. I really love this movie. If you wanted to see Idris Elba fighting some lions, then this is exactly what you wanted to see. Like, well, fighting a lion. It was just one lion he was fighting. So, you know, obviously they have to give these movies some kind of depth. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some sort of journey that these characters go on, right? So, as it mentioned, recently widowed doctor. I didn't know he was a doctor either, but so recently widowed. Him and his daughters they go to Africa, and everything's cool, and you could tell there's some tension between him and his daughters because of how things ended with his wife and with their relationship, and ended with her her life, unfortunately. And you could, like I said, you could tell that there's some tension between him and at least his oldest daughter, um, and his youngest daughter. She's kind of caught in the middle, of that tension, right? So I understood the character journey and the need to add some depth, right? But one thing that it gets really annoying when you got a father trying to protect his daughters, right? And obviously his daughters, they have a perspective that he doesn't. So there are times where they do certain things that might annoy the audience and annoy the shit out of me, but it also worked out, right? Um, but also there's moments where they decided, or at least the oldest daughter decided to bring up the issue between her and her father, in the middle of us trying to survive, being trapped in this truck because a lion is stalking us. You decide that you want to bring up this issue right now. Let's not. All right? Let's not. I'm literally trying to keep you alive. Like, let's not talk about feelings right now, right? Um, but like I said, I get it. You had to add on something, some depth to these characters and whatnot. There has to be some other conflict, internal conflict, that these characters are going through. So I get it, but in the middle of us trying to survive, like, I don't want to hear this shit, right? So, um, other than that, that in particular led to some fairly annoying moments. It did. It led to some fairly annoying moments. But other than that, uh, the stress, the tension, you know, the jump scares were all there. They were definitely all there. Um, and you kind of felt the claustrophobia of them being stuck in this truck because they're trying to, crawl from one seat to the other and trying to crawl from the front seat to the back, and trying to stay away from this window that's broken and exposed. Um, so you definitely felt the tension. Again, you felt the stress as they're trying to survive in this scenario. And the line itself, like I said, it has a reason for why it's doing this, why it's doing what it's doing, right? And it doesn't go into some crazy explanation. You know what I mean? Like it has a reason. It has a legit reason why it's doing this. And the beginning of the movie actually shows why this is happening. They just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately, right? Um, but so not a whole lot of twists and turns, really. It didn't really. It was pretty straightforward for the most part. Um, it did, the way it ended up, it led into a moment that my wife actually predicted. Um, I didn't personally see it coming, but when she said it, I'm like, oh yeah, that probably is gonna happen. That's gonna be dope, and it did actually happen, right? It wasn't as, you know, it wasn't as much as I wanted it to be. This moment happening, but it does happen, right? And it is satisfying when it happens, but it does kind of leave you wishing there was more, right? Again, I don't want to give too much away, but overall, I really enjoyed this movie, right? The action was incredible. The intensity and the tension um, was there. It was on point. Again, it was just some of the moments where they're trying to add depth into this scenario. Like I said, I get it. You gotta go through that. You gotta do that internal character journey, but not in the middle of me trying to keep you alive, right? Please shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up, and wait till we survive. When once we get back home and we survive this shit, then we can talk about this. But right now, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to keep y'all alive, right? But whatever. It is what it is. Um, Rating. I would give this a solid 3.75 out of 5. Um, like I said, the annoyances kind of knocked it back a little bit. It might have got a solid 4 if it wasn't for that. But I'll give it a solid 3.75 out of 5. I'm looking at the critics raising ratings and stuff right now. You can read below this video. I am not a critic. I don't want to be a critic. I don't want to be considered a critic. I just like to share and talk about the things that I enjoy and a little bit of the things that I don't enjoy, right? And overall, this is a movie that I really, really enjoyed. There's always going to be parts that you don't enjoy, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to mention it, but overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I would encourage people to go see this. Go check this out in the theaters. Get that experience. Again, there's a lot of jump scares, and just the intensity I think would be better in a movie theater. I mean, you can enjoy this watching this on streaming, but to me, I believe that this is worth checking out in the movie theater. Plus, I'm an Idris fan. I'm an Idris Elba fan, so support my guy. And I didn't know this was produced by Will Packer. I didn't know that either. So shout out to Will Packer. Um, but I definitely enjoyed this. Also, too, let me mention this. This movie probably made me more anxious to see Africa than any other movie. This, like, just some of the see, and I don't even know if they actually filmed it in Africa. I mean, it looked like it, but just the scenery that they showed in this movie, right? It again, it was beautiful. It really made you want to see all of this in person. Um, so I really appreciated that. Again, I'm not sure if they actually filmed it in Africa, but they did a good job, at least making it look like it was Africa if it wasn't in Africa. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed that. So let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy Beast? Have you seen Beast? Um, and what you thought. What do you think? Did you enjoy seeing Idris Elba fighting a lion? I did. This is what we should have got from Liam Neeson fighting a wolf, right? That movie, that movie kissed my ass. Like, we should have got Liam Neeson fighting a wolf, and they played us on that. So, anyway, I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed Beast. I highly recommend checking it out. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.